Hey guys, in this video we won't talk about the Flame Tamer as I've been talking about past 5 videos or so. In this one I'll showcase a different build, a different character that I've been playing. He's 85 level currently on softcore. I ripped him on 80 something level to museum boss, and I finished up pretty much the build here on softcore gear wise, and I want to show him real quickly. Long story short, I died to museum boss pretty much because I was completely missing 2 HP pots. I was running just with one. It really is not enough for a high HP based character like this one. The character is based around the tactic short spin for Cyclone. I have here prepared footage just to show you what the short spins look like. So pretty much you do your 2-tip DPS when you're cycloning left and right, but when you cyclone on the same spot, you do much higher DPS because your attack speed, attacks per second actually becomes much higher. So here it is. I killed him without one-shotting me, but he almost one-shot me.
With the big fireball?
Oh my god, this is not the video, sorry. Wow. With the big fireball. That's a footage actually how I killed the Orchard boss. So here is the footage of actually the boss of what is this, the labyrinth. So here I did a completely successful short spin on the boss, and you can see how when I'm cycling around him trying to avoid his damage, his HP is not moving, but when I short spin on one place, when I do the short spins, his HP disappears. Look at his HP here on the top. You know, it's barely moving and replenishing. And I'm like, I can't hurt him, and then once I start doing the short spin, his HP disappears. When you can't hurt something, do the short spins. So yeah, this is about this guy, and let's real quickly open up the Orchard boss. Come on. Okay, here's the Orchard boss. Oh my god! He hit me pretty hard, you know, one hit. And after that I killed him. Okay, here it is again. I'm pausing it, full screen, playing it. He's on full HP, I start spinning on top of him. One hit got me to like 20 something %. And then with the short spins, I rape him. So you saw the damage potential of the short spins. If you're gonna be able to do them successfully or not, it's you know, it's pretty hard, and lockstep is required. I mean, it's really hard with this thing to do short spins. So the character starts armor 16k, 6 endurance charges, 3 from the passage tree, 3 from by default, and I would take 1 additional one instead of the frenzy charge whenever I reroll the character. The gear, Comms Hurt is best in SWAT. The alternatives are Belly of the Beast for the high HP or Carcass Jack for the higher AoE, or a rare chest piece. This is best in SWAT for the build. Helmet, because it's Devotus Devotion, gives the only helmet with movement speed, but also it gives dexterity that you require, because it gives 60 dexterity, and I'm 154, while actually I need 146 at least for the grace. So this helmet helps me up get this dexterity, which I don't have any access on the passive tree. I have access to this 30 dexterity here, but other than that I don't have any direct access to any dexterity, so therefore the helmet actually saves my ass. The 10% reduced damage and the lack of HP are the drawbacks of the helmet. The 10% reduced HP is like whatever, because we have you know, 300 plus increase. The attack speed is whatever, it only helps for you know, AoE clearing the trash, but it's completely not needed for a single target. What you need for single target is the movement speed of this helmet. Chaos resistance is amazing property. The 1k armor, that the armor and evasion rating that's converted to armor with iron reflexes is amazing stats on the helmet. So this is best in SWAT. If you don't have this one, you don't look for a unique, you just, or maybe you can put No, nothing. Just a rare helmet with high HP, high armor. As a weapon, my previous weapon was Karui Chopper, the comms primacy. 5 link. The 5 link is Psych 1, increase AoE, which is integrated in the mace, Blood Magic, Fortify, and melee physical. As a sixth one, you put life gain on hit, which helps you sustain the short spins much more. This belt is actually the belt that I'm building the character around. It gives reduced block chance, which actually you don't care because you don't have any block chance with the two-hander. That is not a stuff. It has increased physical, which is nice. 40 HP with the 30 strength combined is 55 HP. The 8 auto resistance, is nice. And then you take, and then the stats that the belt gives is you take 30% reduce extra damage from critical strikes. And this is combined with this thingy here that it says you take reduced 20% reduced extra damage from critical strikes, so you take 50% reduced extra damage from critical strikes, which makes the character really tanky, especially with his 16k armor without a granite. With a granite you have 32k. And the armor will go higher because the next HPs, the next node that I will take is this 14, 14, 14, and then the 30 armor with 4 additional physical damage reduction, which means that this pretty much works exactly as an endurance charge. So the 4% from here and 7 actually, endurance charge 7 multiplied by 4 is 28, and the 4 from here you have 32 fat physical reduction from any hit, regardless it's a vow smash or whatever. Even if it's a billion damage, you're gonna reduce 32% of the damage, which is insane. Plus the reduced damage from critical strikes, plus the high HP pool, plus the high armor value makes this character beast versus physical damage. It's the DPS is you saw how I'm killing high level bosses. They die pretty fast. The only issue is the trash killing. It's not as fast as, let's say, on the Tutemer. I prepared here a really hard map. This is a 77 level necropolis with backside and desecrated ground, which so whatever. I mean, the backside is nice, but it has reflect physical damage, which is fucked up. 4 additional projectiles, which is like whatever now on here, but the issue is that the extra cold damage. The extra cold damage can freeze you in place, so this map will be pain in the ass, but I want to show up the character in a map that is actually hard. I was preparing some Gorge maps, but Gorges are, too easy. So I'll go straight for the boss if I see him. I just want to show you what the character is capable of in his worst. What you're gonna see in this clip is the lowest of the character, meaning that it cannot get worse than that, because the character actually is this is a hard map, high level map with bad stats, with reflect and so on. The reflect is no issue whatsoever. It's completely sustainable with the endurance charges up. I have my item filter set up for a 75 plus level map, so I can so I can get items for the Regal recipe. Again, lockstep is really required for this build to work properly, because thanks to lockstep you're actually able to do the short spins successfully. Oh, my item filter is bugging. These items are supposed to be hidden. This happens when I out tap during the game open. What else is important there to know? The character is completely doable of half regen. You can sustain blood rage with half regen. He completely can handle actually, do you know what? To showcase the capability of doing reflect, I'll actually turn off the immortal call, just so I can show you that he's not dependent on the immortal call. He's completely doable. I mean, he completely can do reflect maps without physical immunity. The endurance charges are more than enough. I'm really interested what the boss would be like on this map. I mean, is it gonna be hard? I haven't done the boss with bad stats like this. Also, you see that whenever I get hit, I get frozen because there's extra cold damage on the map, but because of the reduced extra damage from monsters, actually the character is not frozen for that long. So about the map stats, he can do half reflect. He can sustain the. Oh, out was hold on. He can sustain the half region with. Oh my god, he can sustain half region blood rage, but he cannot sustain no region, obviously, because there is no region whatsoever. So therefore, on origin maps, you have to run without blood rage. What else? A really interesting fact about the build is that it can do blood magic maps. For blood magic maps, all you do is to turn your auras, right? But what are your auras? Hatred and grace. When I drop my grace, I'm down from 16k to 7.7k. Which is no blood magic, therefore halves your armor, so it's like vulnerability or something. But other than that, it really doesn't do much because you have to drop your grace, right? Your hatred. But when you drop hatred, you drop the blood magic gem, and you put on top on the place of the blood magic gem, you put a added fire gem, and actually added fire gem gives more damage than what the hatred aura gives. I really want to go for the boss. Again, this is 77 level up with added physical, added cold damage for projectiles, reflect physical. So this is not an easy map. It might look easy at the moment for this character, but this is not an easy map whatsoever. Let's try to short spin the boss. Oh my god. The short spin was successful for a few. I really like the one like this. There it is. Oh my god. Did you see that? Did you see these short spins? Oh, come on. I couldn't damage him for some reason. What? Does he have like some insane physical reduction or something? Yeah, anyway, I'll kill him without the super short spin. There it is. The boss of Necropolis with super added damage. And so no, I don't know if you're impressed, but I am impressed. Like seriously. Let me stash these items so I don't lose your time. So this was the boss. Let me finish up the map real quickly. Maybe I'll meet something that is gonna be an issue for the character, even though I highly doubt it. I don't know if I have to level my custom damage taken or not. So actually, I would say that even I prefer to play without custom damage taken because I love my endurance charges so much. That survivability, that physical mitigation that they give is insane. Okay, I'm happy that the boss fight was successful. I'm not saying that I'm surprised, but I'm saying that I'm impressed because I haven't done this boss with really bad stats, and it was no issue whatsoever. I just raped him, no issues whatsoever. I did a successful short spin, therefore, oh my god, these are so annoying. I did a successful short spin on top of him. I raped him in first phase, which actually is the harder one in my opinion. Oh, my blood rage is out. And after that I finished killing him in wow, what the fuck. These are doing elemental damage, not a physical one. This is why they hurt so much. They were halving my HP. What the fuck. Oh, it's extra damage as well, so yeah. A lot of A lot of elemental damage. Well, this is it. Whatever. I'll finish the map after the clip if there is any remaining. So yeah. So let's go really quickly to the passive tree. I chose as a starting point the duelist because I can take the attack speed node here, which is good for long spins. It's not good for short spins, but actually, it might be not a bad idea to start as a Marden to take the armor and HP and then to take the physical damage, because the physical damage will be much better for short spins. So, taking the armor and HP, going for the Master Arena, the Bravery, which gives armor and evasion, and HP, taking the Art of Gladiator for the attack speed, and the important part is the ignore all movement penalties from armor, the Destroyer for the two-handed stuff here, the Endurance Charge, the HP here, the Frenzy Charge, the Quota and Chain, which gives you evasion rating and armor, 15 all resistance here for these two nodes, Iron Reflexes to convert all the evasion, especially from Grace to armor, and unwearing stance, the HP here with the this cluster that makes you the bridge to the Marauder stuff, the HP here going through the damage, the HP, the armor, the diamond skin, the HP and armor, the mace staff, the reduced from critical strike stuff, the resolute technique because you don't need any accuracy and you're not going crit anyway, the endurance charge, the HP, the AoE for the Cyclone. So this is pretty much the passive tree. I'll link it in the description of the video. My next 4 levels will be armor, 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 and disarmor. The 4% soul and steel, the 4% additional physical damage reduction. About the gear, I really want to quickly say the alternatives. So let me put my endurance immortal co-op. Again, if I remove, here is my damage per hit. The 2-tip DPS doesn't matter for this build. As you can see with 7k 2 DPS, how the fuck am I doing 77 level maps? Because I'm doing short spins. The 2-tip DPS doesn't matter because I don't have any attack speed, because I'm looking for these numbers, as high as possible damage per hit. The 2.2k to 3.5k with 16k armor. If I remove my auras and swap added fire on the place of blood magic, which is what I would do in blood magic maps, I'll have 8 K armor actually for 45 estimated damage reductions, which is not right, but still 8k armor is 8k armor. And as you can see, my damage per hit 2.3 to 3.7, it actually went up compared to Hatred. So blood magic maps for this guy is not an issue. Reflect elemental, neither physical an issue. He has no issues with what was it? Elemental and physical reflect. He has no issues with the regen, no regen, half regen. He can do both on half regen. He can still sustain even blood rage on no regen. He cannot sustain the blood rage, obviously. I mean, you can, but you just have to move from pack to pack quickly and not pick up too many items, so you don't degen too much. What else? The added coat, added whitening, added fire, no problems if they are not combined with minus max. Then it gets scary. Minus max, no problem. Just have to be careful for the elemental damage. Increased monster damage, it hurts, obviously, but still this character, you saw my HP didn't go down until I almost, not almost, but until I short spinned on top of the boss, which hurts me as well. But if you do it properly, you're not supposed to hurt yourself. I mean, in the second phase of Murphy, we saw that I was doing still short spins with high damage, and I wasn't hurting myself. Just when you overdo it, when you're looking for the super short spin that you destroy the boss, then you're taking high damage. Okay, guys, well, again, the strong part of the build is that he can do all maps, super high physical mitigation, critical strikes are not scary any longer, high HP pool, gearing up is really easy, no uniques required, you put a rare mace or a rare axe or whatever, some random chest or a belly of the beast, some random rare chest, or if you have money, belly of the beast, or Carcass Jack in best slot is Conscript, rare boots, rare gloves. My gear is pretty shit. You can pause it up to check it out. I mean, it can definitely be updated. The combination of the reduced extra damage from critical strikes from here is the key to this build, and I hope you learned something from this build if you're not gonna follow it, just to make something, getting some ideas from here, and I hope you enjoyed the build, and maybe you follow it. Okay guys, see you in the next video.